You know the story of Dr. Faustus, right? The brilliant scholar who sells his soul for ultimate power. It's the classic cautionary tale about ambition getting the best of you. But what if the story has it all wrong? What if Faust's real, unforgivable sin wasn't his ambition, but his total lack of it? We're about to dive into a radical new way of looking at this entire legend.
Right, this is the question that just flips the whole thing on its head. I want you to try and forget everything you think you know about why Faust was damned. Because what if the tragedy isn't that he reached too high, but that he didn't even bother to reach high enough?
So let's start by taking a closer look at the man himself. We usually picture Faust as this defiant titan, a rebel shaking his fist at God. But this interpretation, it sees him as something totally different. Think of him more as a tired, weary scholar whose huge desires were totally crippled by a weak and, frankly, timid will.
This quote just nails it, doesn't it? It perfectly captures the paradox at the heart of Faust. He had the hunger of a lion. He wanted to break the rules, to transgress, to seize ultimate power for himself. But the moment he had to actually own that choice, he was plagued by the conscience of a lamb. He wanted to be a predator, but he just couldn't shake the soul of prey.
So what did he really ask for when he made his pact? I mean, just look at his wishes. He wasn't asking for the hard, difficult path of becoming a creator himself. No, he wanted a shortcut. He wanted to escape the dusty library, sure, but he traded it for a life of cheap thrills and borrowed power, all without the struggle that actually forges greatness. He wanted the crown without the fight.
And this desire for an easy life, for comfort above all else, leads us straight to the core diagnosis of his spiritual sickness. He isn't some tragic hero on the path to becoming a Superman. Oh no, he's something much, much smaller.
And that brings us to this absolutely crucial concept from Nietzsche, the last man. This is the ultimate spiritual dead end. This is the person who has traded every ounce of greatness for comfort, every bit of risk for security. The last man doesn't dream anymore. He doesn't strive. He just exists. He blinks, totally content in his small, safe, meaningless world.
This chart just lays it all out, the massive gap between his potential and his reality. On the left, you see what true, world-shattering ambition looks like, the desire to create new values, to dance over the abyss. And on the right, well, that's what Faust actually settled for. He traded the chance to become a god for 24 years of being a cosmic jester with unlimited party tricks.
And that is the final verdict, isn't it? His ultimate failure was a failure of will. See, it's one thing to have the audacity to tear down old altars. It is another thing entirely to have the strength to build new ones in their place. Faust could do the first part, but he completely recoiled from the second.
Okay, now, let's pull the camera back. I mean, way, way back. We are leaving Faust's dusty study, and we are ascending into the heavens, where a much bigger, more profound drama is playing out. And this reframes the entire story.
I want you to just imagine a creator looking out over a perfect, harmonious, and utterly predictable universe. The angels are all singing their hymns perfectly on key, everything is just, everything is orderly, and it has become profoundly, soul-crushingly boring. Because in perfection, there's no change, there's no growth, there's no story.
And this leads the creator to a terrible, shocking realization. This perfect peace, this total absence of struggle, it's not leading humanity to divinity. It's paving a direct, superhighway to the last man. Unchallenged, humanity just withers on the vine.
So, in this stagnant heaven, who is the most vital being? Not the angels singing, yes, 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 but the one spirit of contradiction, the spirit of negation, the tempter, Mephistopheles, who is called the scapegoat here. He is literally the only one bringing any energy to the room.
And the creator's response is just stunning. He welcomes the scapegoat's cynical take on Faust. In fact, he essentially says, excellent. He doesn't want docile believers, these pious cows of contentment. He wants humanity to strive. And he knows that the path of striving is paved with mistakes, with struggle, and with temptation. So this leads to a complete reimagining of the role of evil. In this cosmic chess game, the devil isn't the enemy of the creator's plan. He's actually an essential, indispensable tool.
The idea is stated as plainly as possible, right here. To produce a being that is strong enough to overcome itself, the creator needs a force of opposition. He needs a hammer to shatter all the comfortable little truths and force humanity to build something stronger in their place.
So what is this divine method? It's a four-step process. First, An unchallenged humanity grows weak. So you introduce negation, temptation, chaos, doubt to break that comfort. This forces a struggle, and it is only through that wrestling match with darkness that humanity forges the strength to finally become something more.
So, what is the big takeaway from this grand cosmic parable? This isn't just a story about heaven and hell. It's a direct philosophical challenge to every single one of us, right here, right now. The central moral is a complete inversion of everything we're normally taught. The goal isn't to seek a peaceful, quiet life free from conflict, no. The goal is to seek the strength to meet conflict head-on, because that is the only path to real growth.
And that brings us to this final, powerful metaphor. Think about it. An arrow doesn't fly from a loose bowstring. Its power, its direction, its very purpose all come from tension. That struggle isn't an obstacle to our flight. It's the very thing that makes flight possible.
And so, we end with this challenge. This parable suggests the universe isn't asking for your quiet obedience. It's asking for your courage. It's demanding that you engage with the struggle, that you embrace the tension. You will be tempted, you will be challenged, you might even fall. The only question left is, will you have the strength to use that resistance to finally, truly take flight?